Good time of the day to you folks. Today I would like to Theorycraft basically about what would happen if you would want to play your legacy mod in modern, and how would it look like and what changes you would have to make. Basically, imagine you're in love with that deck in legacy. You don't really want to change much, and you want to see like whether there is a configuration that could be playable in modern. Then I wanted to give you some idea on that so that you can transition from that legacy deck to modern. Anyways, this is Theorycraft. This is not really tested, this is just pondering, considering, and so forth, just trying to shape up something that probably will be good enough. And yeah, there is that. Basically, you want, of course, the actual package of Forgemaster plus your usual lightning grips, and then something to actually win fast. Luckily, Blightsteel Colossus is still there. Then, in order to survive, you can fetch for Empyrean. And then you have your usual kind of hate cards like Lodestone Golem, Sundering Titan. You can attack in Footnotes here, because pretty decent in modern. And of course, you have your Chalice of the Void. You could main Trinosphere or Torrent of Amethyst, but I'm not sure if that's really needed in modern as it is right now. But you do want bridges to kind of slow your opponent down, because the metagame right now is pretty damn fast. And yeah, then we need fast mana to do all our things, like maybe hard-casting Wormcoils and even the big guys sometimes. And, you know, Forgemaster and Golem still cost 4 and 5. So yeah, the obvious go to Siemens Spirit Guide as far as non-lands are concerned. Then Mox Opal is there for you because you have things like Chalice of the Void and other things, plus Mindstone helps to turn on Mox Opal to ramp into Big Chalice or your actual threats, and then it cycles, which is convenient. Then as far as lands are concerned, you can't really abuse the temple. I mean, Eldrazi's temple, because you only run Footnotes here. You could tweak the deck so that you can actually get enough value out of it, but I don't think it's really what you want to do. You definitely want then 4 pieces of all Urza lands. Then you want Citadel to actually help Forgemaster. Unfortunately, Glimmer Posts and stuff are banned. I mean, there is no possibility to run those. Definitely want at least 1 Inventor Sphere, possibly more, just to fetch for Forgemaster or Lightning Graves or whatever, just to kill your opponent. And you definitely probably want at least 1 Buried Ring, just again to rebuy something. You probably want something like Ghost Quarter or Tech Edge, depending on how many lands you want to play, how many you want to fit in. I actually think there should be more lands than just 21. I just thought that maybe it's enough with Mindstones and Mox Opals and Spirit Guides, but I think you probably want 22, 23. You definitely want at least 1 waste for Path to Exile, something to search for. Covering is a freebie basically, because you're a Carless deck, so why not to run the coverings? Just gives you a mana boost early for free. Yeah, so that's for the lands. So your value targets for Forgemaster is basically Titan, Wormcoil, Empyrean to survive. You could add more stuff in, then you can tutor up the breach to stay alive, for example. You could tack in Mirror Battle Sphere as well, or something else spicy. For example, I'm not sure there's a need to run a lodestone, but why not? Or Footnote. I probably want Footnotes here in your deck. I feel like it's a good target. I mean, good 4-drop overall. Helps the disruption package because Trinisphere and Torn are not super exciting in Modern. I think, at least not main deck. And yeah, your game plan is to get to Forgemaster, get to Lightning Graves, equip it, give it haste and Shroud, and sacrifice a few artifacts and get Blastil Colossus and kill them. So that's your game plan. I know, seems alright to me. And yeah, they're tacked in a couple of Warping Mills just because it's a nice flexible card. You can counter something like Cathartic Reunion from Dredge, for example, or some Sweeper from Control, or Black Mid-Range. And then if you really need to ramp on turn 3 to 4 mana to cast Fought Knots or Golems, you could do that with making a sign token. And then occasionally it might actually exile a 1 power toughness creature, like let's say they don't have a mutagenic growth and they cast a Blightsteel Colossus. Blightsteel Agent, and they expect it to actually survive because, well, what would you have in this deck? So then you come for this. Cards that might get into main deck: Carless Planeswalkers, Engineered Explosives, some Oblivion Stones, all of that actually might fit into here. Maybe not so much explosives because then you would blow up a lot of your stuff, but you might want to still run one off sideboard for some really crazy matchups. So you probably want more Denial, like Torn of Amethyst or Trinisphere in your sideboard. Defense great for counter spells because you actually do care about that. You're kind of a combo deck, even though a pretty slow one, but a very flavorful and fun one. Because your lands are gonna be blown up after sideboards in quite a few matchups, you might want to bring in a Crucible out of the sideboard, so it's a decent option. It definitely becomes much better if you run multiple of those close quarters and tech edges. Even if you don't run that many bridges main, you probably would want some extra copies out of the sideboard, and you can always eat the extra ones in play with the Forgemaster. Then wording helps against discard, helps against burn, helps against some aggro decks just to, prevent some damage. Python Needle or Phyrexian Revoker is probably a good thing to have. You might want to run the Spine of Ishash, but it's kind of pricey, because in Modern, the fast mana is not that fast and there's not that many options. This is why probably you want Needle Revoker, because then you can just cast it instead of hoping to tutor it up with Forgemaster or get Throne Assemble to set. So these are just like options. Could be anything. Could be 2 Karns or 2 Ugins, or it could be 2 Ulamogs or something. It just depends on your mana base and how fast you can cast any of that. Problem is that they're not really tutorable in this deck. Well, we're still a Tron deck, so we could still, go turn 3 Karn or something. You just want something to trump in the mid game, some additional win conditions. All this does is just versatile and flexible, and we're a carless deck, so why not? Next to Worm Coil is always a fine addition to the sideboard, so there are multiple options. Yep, this is just Theorycrafting, so you could tailor it for your taste. It's probably not as consistent or competitive as normal Tron decks or Bentel Dressy decks, but it's just cheap way to transition from Legacy into Modern if you already have the Legacy version. So just something I wanted to think about. It's probably not the best possible version of it. I'm sure somebody might come up with something more ridiculous and spicy, and just really abuse the Forgemaster combo. And just something that is available in Modern, and I just wanted to see how it could look like if you would actually focus on that package in a Modern deck. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this. See you next time. Until the next sale, bye.